right, here we go. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for coming, making time this afternoon. I know that once the weather gets a little cooler, it's hard to think about being inside in the afternoon, right? Because it's like, oh, but I could be outside. So take a minute, get yourself comfy. We're going to repeat the breath that we did yesterday morning, which was what we're going to do is we're going to use that deep diaphragmatic breath that we've been practicing. And at the top, instead of doing 1 to 2 counts of pause, we're going to go ahead and do 4 counts. And then at the bottom of the exhale, we're going to also add a 2 count pause. If for any reason you try it, you don't like it, then don't do it. But this is just something to kind of play and experiment with, okay? So allowing your hands to come palms facing up. Take a moment, let your eyes close. And then do a little fidget, do a little movement. Make sure that everything feels really good, really yummy. And then begin to sense how your body moves as your body breathes you. Take a moment to say thank you to yourself for making time today. And if it feels appropriate, do a little jiggle through the torso, just little side to side movement, just kind of allowing the spinal column to move. You can do that so that it's going all the way down into the pelvis, all the way up into the shoulders. Just observe. There's so much during the day where we are bracing. It's just an opportunity to kind of begin to let go of some of that brace, begin to come into some of the softness. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and shift our breath into the deep diaphragmatic breath. So we'll begin with the low belly, taking a deep inhale and allowing that inhale to fill not only the low belly, but also through the solar plexus underneath the rib cage, and then all the way up, letting it fill all the way up to just below the collarbone. And at the top, if it feels appropriate, allow your body to pause, 4 counts. And then when you're ready, deep exhale, allowing it to start just below the collarbone, then to go just below the rib cage, and then finally that low belly. Beautiful. Ladies, you look lovely. And pause at the bottom for 2 counts. And then again, when you're ready, I'll be dialoguing, but please follow your own rhythm of breath. Working the breath from the bottom, feeling that deep expansion, and noticing that as you expand through the front, what other body parts move with that expansion. And as it travels up through the thoracic spine, and then all the way up to just underneath the collarbone. And then inviting in that stillness, inviting in the silence and the peace. Before you move into your exhale, gently allowing that breath now to cascade down. So starting just underneath the collarbone, then moving to the solar plexus, and then finally to the low belly. And at the bottom, allowing your body to pause, play with the stillness for 2 counts, before you again move into a deep inhale. And as you do this, just simply follow the rhythm of your body, the inhale, the exhale. Notice how the heart feels as you breathe. You feel a release of joy, a release of happiness, a release of love. And just follow that rhythm, slow and steady. as if it were the wave, that as you inhale, the wave gently comes in, pauses at the top, and then at the exhale, the wave gently recedes and pauses at the bottom. Just following that slow, beautiful cycle of breath. And as I've mentioned before, this type of breathing where we can really slow it down to between 5 to 6 breaths per minute. It's very important for the health, not only of our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest portion of our autonomic nervous system, but it's also really important for the health of our heart. So 2 more full cycles of breath, following the inhale and the exhale. At the end of the 2 cycles of breath, I want you just simply to bring your hands over your heart. And once your hands are over your heart, we're going to shift the focus in our awareness in our bodies now to the vibration that we create as we sing and the sound that we create. So we'll begin by singing the sound of ah, then we'll move into the sound of oh, and then the sound of mm. On the 4th silent breath, please say your intent for what you most need and what you most desire. So when you're ready, taking a deep, full inhale, using that low belly breath. And when you're ready, gently, slowly release the hands, allowing them to come palms face up. And then with your eyes still closed, we're going to do this next little bit with our eyes closed so that we can really follow sensation of the body. Let your hands come down by your side, and then when you're ready with your next deep full inhale, lengthen, palms facing forward, arms out, really lengthen through the fingers as you inhale, bringing your breath all the way up. At the top, allow the palms to touch, gently bringing them back down so that at the end of the exhale, the thumbs can rest on the sternum at the heart point. And take another deep, full inhale, pausing at the top. And then a deep, full exhale, pausing at the bottom. And now with your eyes still closed, inhale, bring the hands up over the head. With the elbows still bent, release the hands and allow the left hand to clasp around the right wrist. Take a moment with the elbows bent to gently squeeze the inner edges of the shoulder blades, gently drawing them together, playing with the movement. How does it feel if, as you draw them together, you gently allow the edges of the hands to move away from the head? How does it feel to draw them together and allow the hands to come to rest just above the head? Find that place where it feels good, allowing your body to play. From there, take a deep, full inhale, and I want you to shift your body weight a little bit to the right, and then gently roll that torso a little bit over to the left. What we're looking for here is not necessarily a large movement. We're looking for that yummy, delicious opening that feels really good. So you might feel this along the tricep of the right arm. You might feel this down into the right armpit. You might feel this in the right rib cage. Just be present to the sensations that your body is giving you. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly inhale, bringing the torso up. What I want you to do now is that as you release your hands, I want you to bring that left arm behind you, that right arm in front, and notice that as you do that, the torso automatically twists a little bit. Then simply allow that left arm to float down, resting behind the glute, and then gently bring that right hand to rest on top of the right thigh. So we're not looking for a big twist here. It's just a gentle opening, beginning to move into that right side body. So as you're here breathing deeply with your eyes still gently closed, really feeling the sensations, begin to notice how the sensation feels through the right inner thigh, so up and through the adductor muscles. How does it feel inside the right side of the pelvis? How does it feel through that right rib cage? And finally, how does it feel through the right shoulder? And then when you're ready, deep inhale, and I want you to sweep that left arm to the back, right arm to the front. When you're ready, turn the palms up and inhale, untwisting, bringing yourself back to center, bending back into the elbows, and this time allowing the right hand to wrap around the left wrist. And again, just as we did before with the eyes still closed, so we're really focusing on the sensations of our bodies right now. Take those inner edges of the shoulder blades and gently squeeze, working them together. Notice how that sensation moves through the arms. Play with the arm position. Does it feel better if you allow the hands to float gently away from the head? How does it feel if you allow the hands to come just above the head? Play with this feeling, this sensation. Using that full deep inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, shift your body weight a little bit over to the left. Feel the rib cage roll just a little bit over to the left. And then gently leading with that right elbow, bring your torso a little bit over to the right. And breathe here. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome. One more full cycle of breath. Taking a moment to notice, we might spend another, how this feels through that left side of the rib cage. How does it feel through the left armpit into the left tricep? And then when you're ready, gently, slowly bring yourself back up. This time I want you to allow that left arm to come forward, that right arm to come behind. And as you do that, notice that this automatically just gently twists you a little bit to the right. Drop that right arm behind, letting it rest either on the cushion or on the floor, and then let that left hand gently come over so that it can rest on top of the right leg. Again, notice that we're not in a deep twist. This is just beginning. Breathing deeply into your lungs. Notice the sensations that you feel on this side. Notice if they're a little bit different than what you had on the right side. Notice into the inner thigh. Notice into the bowl of the pelvis on that left side. Notice into the rib cage. Deep, long breath. And then when you're ready, deep inhale, sweep that right arm behind, that left arm front. And then turn the palms up and inhale, unwind. Allow the hands to come all the way up over the heart. Let the palms touch. Exhale. One last time. Palms touch to the sternum, or excuse me, thumbs touch to the sternum at the heart point. Full deep inhale. Pause for 4 counts at the top. And when you're ready, full deep exhale, feeling that belly draw in and up. 2 counts at the bottom. Gently release the arms, release the hands. Turn the corners of your mouth up as a smile, eyes gently open. Hey, you guys, good to see you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna do something a little bit different today since we had some people that had cranky neck space. Normally what we do is we take the head and we bring it just over to the side, right? This is the normal way that we do it. Yesterday morning, we started playing with allowing the head to slide forward just a little bit. So the ear, instead of being over the shoulder, is now just in front. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to resist that movement. So we're going to place our hand up over our head so the fingertips are just above the ears. And what I want you to do right here is just very gently, very slowly, deep inhale. On the exhale, gently press our head into our hand. And as we do that, I want you to work with the nose and gently feel the nose draw upward just about an inch as you resist the movement with your hands and your head. And then gently, slowly let that release. Let the nose draw the line back down first. Then release the hand from the head. Gently bring the head up. Notice. We're doing this because typically what we do is we come to the back and we work more along the back line of the sternocleidomastoid and some of the back scalenes. By doing this, we're bringing it forward. So there's another part to the sternocleidomastoid that attaches up here along with the scalenes that come to the front. So we want to go ahead and see if we can't get those to loosen up a little bit as well. So again, this time on the right side, we're going to go ahead and allow the head to dip over to the right so that it's lined up with the shoulder. And then very gently, ever so slightly, move the ear to just in front of that. This time, I want you to go ahead and take that right hand, bring it up and over the head. Ears are pointing towards the fingers. When you're ready, take a deep inhale, gently press the head into that right hand. And if this is not too much, if your body says yes, with your nose, you're going to very gently draw a line towards the ceiling. It may just be very small. I want you to stay very focused on how the sensation feels. These body bits can get really grumpy. They're really sneaky. Breathe here, please. And then gently, slowly begin with the nose. Let the line be drawn back down. Unwind the hand and allow the head to come up. Take a moment to feel the difference in your head and your neck. To feel a little bit better. Yes or no? There we go. Okay, good. Awesome sauce. All right, you guys. Yay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of core work. You guys are going to love me today. So grab your blocks. And we're going to start very simply. So Make sure you've got your blocks at the ready. So what we're going to start with is just a baby boat. So Ananda Balasana, or excuse me, that's blissful baby. So baby boat is, it's going to be Balasana Navasana. There we go, here we go. So I want you to start with knees bent, okay? Your back is going to be very long, right? So we're not working on, we're not creating, we're going to be at about 80 degrees, okay? Let your arms come in front. What I want you to do before we do anything is on the exhale, I want you to find that low belly and I want you to squeeze. Then I want you to see if you can keep squeezing as you continue to breathe. So that's the first step. Can you continue to breathe and keep squeezing? Two things at one time. Okay. So from here, you're going to start with that right leg, and I want you to bring that right leg up so that it's horizontal to the floor. And breathe. Woo, we love it, we love it, we love it. Keep breathing and then bring it down. Deep inhale, and then on the exhale, bring that left leg up. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Bring it down. Now I want you to bring your hands underneath your knees. Come up and bring both legs up. Bring the shoulders down. So here what I want you to practice is depression. I want you to find the edges of those shoulder blades. This is the outer edges, and I want you to feel those outer edges push down. You're not coming from the top of the shoulder, you're coming from the bottom of the shoulder. Breathe. Beautiful. Everyone, ladies, you look fabulous. Good. Gently let it relax. Now I want you to take a block. You're going to place this block skinny side in between the knees. And then you're going to take your other block and you're going to slowly roll yourself down. There we go. Good. Okay. Everybody here joining me? Beautiful. Good. Okay. On this one, I want you to hold it so that it looks like a little bit like a TV screen. It's longer than it is tall. And you can either hold it between the thumb and the index finger, or what's going to be probably a little bit more comfortable is to hold it at the base of the palm. So thumb and fingers stay together. It's also a little bit safer for your thumb. Okay. Deep full breath right here. Exhale, ha. One more time, deep full breath. This time as you exhale, squeeze through that belly, and I want you to, without overextending through the neck, lift that upper torso up, keep the block upright. There you go, good, beautiful. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Now we're going to go ahead and allow our bodies to rotate over towards the right. So take a deep inhale. And exhale, you're going to roll over onto that right shoulder, keeping the arms strong, still holding the block. You're going to hover about 6 to 8 inches above. And as you're here, I want you to squeeze that core, especially that right side. Squeeze it. And then gently, slowly inhale. Bring it all the way back up. How slow can you go? Come back down, let everything relax. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, gently, slowly lengthening through the arms. Bring your arms and the block over your head. Again, you're going to pause and hold the block so that it's about 6 inches off the floor. And it doesn't really matter exactly what the inches are, just make sure that you're not resting the block on the floor. And what I want you to play with here is, again, can you find those lower edges of the shoulders and gently draw them down, even as you lengthen the fingertips and the palms away. And then gently release that. And inhale, bring that block all the way back up. Again, we're back to 90 degrees. Beautiful, you guys. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll and twist over to the left. So take a deep inhale. As you exhale, find that squeeze. Gently roll over onto that left shoulder, hovering about 6 inches above. Squeeze into that left side of your core. Breathe here. And then inhale, gently, slowly, with loving intent. Bring yourself back up. One more time. We're going to take the arms and the block over the head. So deep inhale. Exhale, squeeze through the core. Squeeze down into the glutes a little bit as you very slowly, with focus, mindfulness, bring the arms up over the head. This time we're going to work something slightly different. I want you not to come from the hands, but I want you to take those upper arms and I want you to feel the upper arms work towards drawing together. Just feel them work. So we're doing some nice isometric work. Keep breathing. You may get really shaky here, and that's just fine. And then let it relax. Inhale. Bring it back up. You're going to release this block that you're holding in your hands right now. Place it over to the side. Keep it so that it is accessible. Bend into the knees. Bring the block that you have in between your knees and move that so that goes in between your feet, and you're holding on with the inner ankles, okay, and with your feet. So please know that your 90 degrees may be different from my 90 degrees. If hamstrings are really tight and this is one of your least favorite poses, please feel free to bend into the knees and do it like this, okay? So rather than have you bring your legs down, which is going to bring a lot more work to the core, I'd rather have you just bend into the knees a little bit, okay? So please do what feels best for your body. Make it comfortable for your body. I want you to take a deep inhale, and I want you to squeeze through the core, and then I want you to squeeze into the glutes. Let your arms come out slightly into T formation. And as you exhale, I want you to allow the block to come down about 4 inches. So not very far. Breathe. Keep feeling the legs knit towards each other. So this means adductors are working. It means that the ankles are working. Everything is drawing towards each other. Then inhale, bring the legs back up. If you want to let them come past 90 degrees, stretching into the low back a little bit, that's fine. If you'd rather put a bend into the knee, that's fine too. Please do what feels best, okay? Then when you're ready, come back to your 90 degrees. This time, we're going to take the legs and we're going to roll onto that right hip, but we're going to do this very slowly. So when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, gently, slowly roll those legs a little bit over to the right. It's not a big movement, you guys. I don't want you trying to touch the floor. Instead, I want you to squeeze strongly through that right side of your trunk. And then inhale, bring it back up. Bend into the knees if you need to. Take it past 90 degrees if you need to. Make it comfortable. Give yourself that little bit of rest. If you need to readjust the block, that's great. And now when you're ready, as you go, take a deep inhale. And then exhale, roll those legs a little bit over towards the left. And again, you're not going very far. You're not going past 45 degrees. But what I do want you to do is squeeze into those legs and squeeze into that left side of the torso. Even if it feels different than the other side. And breathe. Deep inhale, bring it back up. Deep full breath. Now, when you're ready, one more time, exhale gently, slowly, lower down just a little bit. Flex through the feet, hug, use your core, squeeze and breathe. Squeeze through the glutes, you guys. Use your entire chain and then gently release. Bend into the knees. Take the block. Move it over to the side. Okay. And now bring your legs wide. Now we are going to go into blissful baby. You can either take your hands to the outside of the foot or slide along the inside and drape your arms across. If that's too much opening for you, feel free to bring the legs low so that the soles of the feet touch and hold on at your ankles. Please do what feels best. Breathe. Let everything soften here. Let this be a place of opening and recovery before we move into the next piece. Deep, full breath. And now from here, again, we're going to make this an active part of yoga. So we're going to take this into an isometric movement. Without having the legs move, I want you to gently press the feet into the palms, squeeze in through the glutes, and just feel the legs activate. And then gently let it relax. From here, release the hands from the feet, draw the knees in, give yourself a gentle hug. Gently, slowly release that left leg. You can either bring it down so it continues to have a bend in the knee, or you can take it all the way down. Deep breath. Here, we're going to move into Pavana Muktasana, wind removing pose. You can take your hands underneath the knee, or you can take them just over the kneecap, just below the kneecap. Allow the leg to draw out just a little bit. Breathe. Gently feel the squeeze as you draw it up towards the shoulder. Check in to make sure that both sides are feeling long. And now from here, what I want you to do with the knees bent is I want you to take your first two fingers and wrap them around the big toe. Thumb is going to overlap. Okay. Now, for some of you, this might be the entire posture. For others of you, if it feels possible, see how it feels to bring the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Check in and make sure that that feels okay. If your body says yes, then what you're going to do is you're going to begin to lengthen by straightening the knee and lengthening the leg. But I only want you to go as far as it feels comfortable. So however much you have a bend in the knee, that's great. From here, I want you to take your left hand, which I'm waving at you right now, and place it on top of the left hip bone. So no matter where you are, whether you have a bend in the knee, whether you have a leg straight, it really doesn't matter. When you're ready, as you exhale, I want you to gently, slowly bring that leg out just like 45 degrees, not very much. Breathe. Deep, full breath. Ladies, you all look fabulous. Good. Now, you're going to activate those inner thighs again. Without using your arm muscle, I want you to squeeze through that right glute, squeeze into those adductor muscles, and I want you to bring that leg back up. From here, you're going to take your left hand, which I'm waving at you. You're going to go ahead wherever it is, whether it is knee bent or knee straight. You're going to take that left hand and wrap it around the outside of the right leg, down by the calf. Once you've done that, I want you to release that right hand and just let it float out so that it's approximately in T formation. Then, with this left hand, very slowly, very gently, begin to bring that right leg over towards the left. And as you do that, you can slide the leg up so that it comes up to the knee. You can bend into the knee a little bit more so that you're focusing just on this upper part of the leg. Because what I want you to do is see how it feels to bring it over while still keeping as much of the back of your pelvic bowl, the pelvic girdle down by your sacrum, on the mat as possible. And what we're looking for is just a really gentle place where you can feel a stretch into the glutes or potentially into and around the hip joint or potentially into the back where the hamstrings are. So if your knee starts very close to the face and you've got it as far over as you can and you don't want to lift your pelvis anymore, try bringing the knee away from you a little bit. Notice how that feels. When you find that sweet spot where you've got that nice bit of opening and it feels delicious and good, what I want you to do is squeeze into that glute and press that right knee into that left hand. And as you do that, squeeze into the core as well. Keep breathing. And then let it relax. You're going to release the left hand. You're going to release that right knee. And then gently, slowly bring it down. Oh, there we go. Take a moment and notice the difference between the left side and the right side. See if you can feel the pulse of blood as it moves through your body. And now we're going to change sides. If you need to, go back to this right side and allow the knee to come bend and the sole of the foot to come onto the mat. Otherwise, I want you to bend into that left leg. Hands are going to interlace either behind the knee or just below the kneecap, letting it come out and around the rib cage. Taking that deep inhale, gently drawing that left knee up towards the shoulder just a little bit. And breathe. Feeling your body open gently, making sure that you're well balanced through both sides of the body. Focusing that deep diaphragmatic breath. Feeling everything soften. And then from here, gently feel that release a little bit. And now what I want you to do is you're going to take the left hand and place it around the left big toe. Okay? So you guys, there's lots of possibilities here. You can do this and bring the sole of the foot to the center so that the knee moves away. You can do this so that you've got a very deep bend in the knee. If it feels comfortable and if it feels appropriate, you can shift and now bring the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling with a very large bend now in the knee. Beautiful. Ladies, that looks great. If your body says yes and you are not at 100%, gently, slowly begin to lengthen the knee so that your leg begins to extend. And you're only going to do that as far as your body says yes. What you're looking for is a yummy opening through the center of the hamstring. If it's you're feeling it behind the knees or you're feeling it up at your sits bones, that's too much. Beautiful, you guys, awesome. Take a deep inhale. I want you to squeeze through your glutes gently, slowly. Open that left leg out, only about 45 degrees. When you reach the 45, breathe. Feel that gentle squeeze, that gentle activation that you have going through that left side of your body. And then when you're ready, letting this come from the adductors, not from the arm. Use and squeeze those adductors to bring that leg all the way back up to center. And if your body's shaking here, that's great. It means that you're really isolating and working into those muscles. You're going to take this right hand. You're going to bring it over to the outside of the left leg. Once you've done that, release the right hand. Gently begin to swing that left leg over towards the right. And as soon as you feel that connection, either in the glute, around the hip joint, into the hamstring, wherever you feel it, just pause and breathe. Now, you can either leave the leg long or you can slide the hand to the knee, bend into the knee, so it really doesn't matter. Or you can leave the leg long, do what feels best. When you're ready and you're in the right position, and the other thing to remember as well too, is that if the knee is very high and close to the face and you're not feeling any sensation, allow the knee to move away and see if you can find a sensation with the knee a little bit further away from the face. So when you're ready, I want you to take a deep inhale. As you exhale, squeeze into that left glute and press that left leg into the right hand. And squeeze. Let everything begin to wake up and begin to come back online. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly let that relax. Release your hand. Bend back into the knee. And let both legs float down to the floor. Breathe here and just feel the sensations that are moving through your body. One more full cycle of breath. And then one last time, gently bend into the knees, coming back to the soles of the feet. Drawing the knees high up into the chest. Roll yourself over to one side. And gently press yourself up into a seated position. Beautiful, you guys. Now, what I want you to do is right here, we're all perfect for the next step. So you've rolled yourself up. You have your right leg in front, your left leg behind. I want you to take this right hand and make it so that it's the point of the triangle. So you have your knee, you have your hip, and then your hand is in the middle. It makes a nice isosceles triangle. Okay. You're going to take this left hand and I want you to take a deep inhale. And I want you to swish up, and open, lengthen. Really feel that opening. We're going to spend a breath or two right here. Deep, full breath. Exhale, sweep it down very slowly. Let the sits bones come back down. There you go, good. And again, deep inhale, sweep it through. And feel that opening through the entire left side of the body. What I encourage you to do, as long as it feels good, is gently squeeze into that left glute so that you can really open into that left quadricep. And if you want to open even more, squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, gently, slowly bring it down. And now let's change sides. So we're going to bring the right leg in front, or excuse me, left leg in front, right leg behind. My bad. And just as we did on the other side, hip bone makes one point, knee makes another, palm makes the third. Okay. Take a deep inhale, lengthening through that right arm, and inhale. And open. This time squeeze gently into that right glute so that you can begin to open into that right quadricep. You can squeeze into the back edges of the shoulder blades. And then exhale, gently, slowly. Lengthen right here. Feel the opening all the way down. Hips come down, arm comes down, pause. And then again, deep inhale. And open, squeeze. And exhale. Good. Beautiful, you guys. How are we doing? Does it feel good? All right. So we're going to want us to do a little bit of a variation, since we don't get to do this very often, of a little bit of high plank to low plank, up dog to down dog. Okay? But we're going to make them small so that we're really focusing on making sure that everything that is supposed to work is working. Okay? So here's the way that we're going to start. Typically, what we do is, when we're going to do this, we would start in full plank right here. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to start in half plank. So I want everybody to come all the way down onto the belly. Take a moment. So what we're going to start with, is making sure that our shoulders and our elbows are in line. Okay? Palms are either flat and touching, or you can lightly interlace your fingers. Either way is fine. Okay? So from here, and it's going to be a little bit of, everybody's got to do a little bit of fidget. For some people, the way their bodies are constructed, it might feel a little bit more secure if you actually felt the elbows or moved the elbows so that they're a little bit closer to each other. For other people, it might feel a little bit better if you open the elbows a little bit further apart. So this is where everybody gets to play and discover what feels best for their body. Okay? This next step is you're going to curl underneath those toes. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale, press down through the forearms, and pull the torso up. So I want you to squeeze through the torso, pressing down through the forearms. Your wrists are very soft. And we're going to breathe, and we're going to pretend like we're really enjoying this and having a really good time as we activate through our core. Then I want you to bend into the knees. Slowly, gently lower the pelvis down. Unclasp the hands. Bring your arms out so the palms are facing down. And now we're going to gently, I want you to press down through the front of the pelvis. Gaze comes forward as we bring ourselves into Sphinx. So breathe. So we're not over compressing into the lower lumbar spine. What we're actually doing is lengthening through the belly and getting a gentle opening through the heart. And we're going to spend a couple cycles of breath here. And then from there, I want you to press down through the forearms, bring the pelvis back. So now we're in a pretty good position to do extended child's pose. So again, you're going to making sure that you're taking care of the flexion component of your knees. So that means that if you have grumpy knees or if you've had surgery and moving all the way back into full child's pose, that's too much flexion for your knees, take the variation that's a little bit more like puppy. Let the top of the forehead come down. And if your body says yes, so that we can open into the armpits, what I want you to do is lift onto the tips of the fingers. So you're going to make spider hands. And breathe. Please make sure that this feels good through the top of the shoulder. Okay, you've got this long bone that's called the acromion process, and your glenohumeral head fits in there. I don't want anybody crushing that and squishing it and making it uncomfortable. And then from here, you're going to release that. I want you to draw the hands back just a little bit and in just a little bit. I want you to set into the base of the palm. So before you do anything, whether you're up here or whether you're back here with the hips, I want you to find that base of the palm so you can actually lift your fingers off. And you're going to press down through the base of the palm and push away even as your hips are moving in the opposite direction. So this is the energy that we're looking for. Opposite direction. The quadriceps are actually very active there. Let that relax. Bring yourself a little bit more into tabletop. I want you to curl underneath the toes. Press again down and into the base of the palm so that fingers are light. Lift the knees. Press the hips back, moving into squat dog. Breathe here. And you've got two options. You can either come back down onto the knees, or moving from squat dog, I want you to bend into the elbows. Bring yourself hovering over. When you get back into tabletop, drop into the knees, come onto the tops of the feet. Walk the hands forward, come back down. And we're going to do another round. Go team. Are we having fun yet today? Doing some new stuff? Yay! I see that, Miss Carolyn. Okay, so here we go. First things first. Make sure that the shoulder and the elbow are lined up. How close your elbows are to each other is completely up to you. Hands, palms touch. Interlace the fingers. Curl underneath the toes. And squeeze through the glutes, squeeze through the core, lift. Breathe. Please make sure that your glutes and your hips are approximately in the same line as the shoulders. We love it here, we love it here, we love it here. This makes us feel so strong. Good. Ladies, you look fabulous. I want you to know that there are many 18 and 19-year-olds that cannot do this. Bend into the knees. Come on down with the hips. Unclasp the hands. Open the forearms. Palms are face down. Moving into a gentle Sphinx pose. So again, this is not about compressing through the lumbar spine. You're pressing down and grounding into the front of the pelvis. And then you are stretching and opening through your abdominal muscles. Shoulder blades are rolling down. So again, activate through the bottom edge, the inferior edge of the shoulder blade. Lots of space between the shoulders and the ears. Breathe. Asking a little bit more on this round. Gently release. I want you to curl underneath the toes, bend into the knees, take your hands, gently walk yourself back into whatever variation of child's pose feels best to you. Breathe. Let everything relax. Gorgeous. Nicely done. This time we're going to do a little bit of a twist. So what I want you to do is from where you are, wherever you are in child's pose, is shift your gaze over to the right and notice that you have this nice big area of space from the armpit down to the mat. Your left hand is going to bend at the elbow. You're going to turn the palm up and I want you to slide it across the mat so that it comes underneath and through the space of the right arm. If your body says yes, you can either pause right here. If you can do more of a twist, continue to lengthen the fingers away so that you roll onto that left shoulder blade. Gaze is now you're going to play peekaboo with your head, which is also facing over to the right, underneath that right arm. Breathe. Make sure that this is comfortable. And you can do this either from hips close to heels or hips further up. Okay, it doesn't make a difference. Both are possible. Both feel yummy. One more cycle of breath. And then gently, slowly release. Slide that arm back across. Lengthen that left arm back. Come back into child's pose for a moment. Feel the difference between the sides. And if you ever feel that you need to make child's pose more active, it's very simple. Find the lower edges of the shoulder blades and simply begin to feel them slide down the rib cage towards your waist. Breathe. Now I want you to shift your gaze and I want you to look underneath that left armpit. You're going to bend at that right elbow, turn that right palm up, slide across. Again, go only as far as is comfortable. If it feels good, you can take this all the way so that you're resting on that right shoulder. Gaze is going to be towards the right hand, looking underneath the space of the right armpit, or left armpit, excuse me. Breathe. Beautiful, you guys. Feel the opening on this side. Deep, full breath. This is a great place to work your breath. So really feel the pause. Staying connected with the breath keeps us mindful. And then gently, slowly release, unwind, lengthen back into that right arm. One more time. Feel yourself lengthen. From here, again, you're going to slide those hands back a little bit. Again, find the base of the palm. Get very strong there. If your hips are back by your heels, bring your hips up just enough so that you can curl underneath your toes and then comfortably sink back. Remember always to take care of the knees. Press down through the base of the palms so that the knees pop up. Welcome to squat dog. Breathe. Again, if it feels comfortable, you can either drop back into the knees or hover those knees. Bring your torso back so that you are again in tabletop with knees hovering. Bend into the knees, draw them down. Let them touch. From here, walk your hands back so that now we're up and on the knees. Anybody who has knee issues, please make sure that you've got extra padding underneath the knees and let the hands come to the hips. You're going to shift your body weight into that right side and let that left foot step forward, moving ourselves into lunge. Beautiful, you guys. Very nice. Breathe here. Take a moment to play and notice where your hips are. So what does that mean? It means take that right side, open it and peel it back a little bit so that you're opening a little bit to the right, and then let that hip come back forward. And then see what happens If you continue to move it a little bit more to the left, breathe. So all we're doing is we're playing with the hip. Bring it back to neutral. I want you to go ahead and allow that right arm to come forward, that left arm to come back. Follow that twist. From here, you're going to take this right hand, bend into the elbow, place it on top of the left thigh. Left hand, bend at the elbow, palm faces away, wrap it around the torso. So all we're doing is just finding the beginnings of a bind. Breathe. Next part, very fun. What I want you to do is I want you to squeeze those inner thighs towards each other as you squeeze through the glutes and really activate through the pelvis. And then gently, slowly, release the activation through the pelvis. Float those arms back out. Left arm to the back, right arm to the front. Palms turn up. This time what I want you to do is inhale, bring those arms up. As you bring those arms up, face forward again. Gaze can come to the ceiling. Deep, full breath. Arms are wider than the hip or the shoulders. Exhale. Hands come back to the hips. Shift your body weight back and lightly step that left foot back. Beautiful, you guys. How are we doing? Good? Knees are feeling okay? Okay, good. All right. Right here, I want you to do ever so gentle back bend. So backs, dorsal side of the hands, tops of the hands at the low back. I want you to squeeze inner edges of the shoulder blades together. Breathe. Let it relax. Okay, here we go. We forgot one move on that leg. So one more thing. I want you to shift the body weight again over to the right. Step that left foot forward. Good. This time what I want you to do is straighten that left leg. There we go, good. As much as is possible. From here, gently, slowly begin to hinge. And yes, we're doing this without our blocks. This may not be a very big movement, you guys. So even if it's just a couple of inches, breathe, make sure that the hips are square. I want you to feel this through the middle of the hamstring. Gently, slowly release. Inhale, bring the trunk up. Bend back into the knee, bring it back. And here we go. Second side. Step. Right foot forward. La. Get the body singing. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here on this side. This time, I want you to peel that left side of the hip out and towards the back. So you're turning yourself a little bit to the left. Notice how that feels, making sure that there's no wonkiness going on with the knees. Then gently, slowly bring the hip back, leading with that left side. Continue to allow it to roll forward. Notice what that does for the body. Beautiful, you guys. Let it release, reset. Deep, full breath. Okay. This time, allow the left arm forward, the right arm back. Follow the twisting movement of the arms. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome. Left hand this time comes to rest on top of the thigh. Right hand, bend at the elbow, palm side away, bring it around. Beautiful. Awesome sauce. Ladies, you look fabulous. Go, go, go. Yay. Deep, full breath. Pretend like you're really having a good time here because this is where you want to be. All right, from here, take a deep inhale, sweep those arms back to front, palms facing up. Inhale, unwind, look up. Deep, full breath. Shoulders are moving towards the waist. Gently release. Hands come back to the hips. Here we go. Gently straighten into that right leg. And hinge. Soft, gentle movement. This may be very small, and we love it. Breathe. Gently release. Inhale, bring the torso up. Shift the body weight back into that left side. And lightly step back. Woo! Ladies, beautiful. That was like all vinyasa work. You guys did great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, are we ready for a little bit of chair? Yes? Okay, here we go. This is a tester. See if you can step up and step up. Oh, look at you go. Awesome. All right, let me rearrange the screen so that I can see everybody and you're not getting just the bottom part of my torso. Okay, here we go. All right, let's grab that chair. Now, we've done all these different little bits and parts. I want you to also grab your strap. Okay. Let's see, how do I want us to set this up? Okay, let's do it this way. I want you to turn it so that you can hold it on the side. All right, you guys? I'm gonna do this slightly differently, but it's only so that y'all can see what we're doing. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to take your strap and I want you to create with your strap a little loop. Okay, that's the first thing. So we've got a nice little loop in our strap. Okay, all right, so here we go. Everybody see the little loop. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna practice Natarajasana today, dancer pose, because we've done all of this really yummy shoulder work and hip and trunk work. We are ready. So you're gonna begin by grounding into that left foot. If you need to, you've got your chair right there. I want you to take your right foot and place the strap around the right ankle. Okay. From here, I want you to bring the strap up and over the shoulder. There we go. Beautiful. Ladies, everybody looks great. Good. So this first part is simply to practice how it feels to kick. So what I want you to do is, you've got your strap so that you can hold on to it and make the adjustment if you need to. So what's going to happen is that I want you to, making sure that the pelvis is square, I want you to kick that right leg back and up, okay? Keep your torso as upright as possible. If you need to adjust your strap a little bit, adjust your strap a little bit. Breathe here. Make sure that you are not locking into the knee. Instead, I want you to squeeze very strongly with that left hip. If your body says yes, I want you to release the chair and lengthen into that left arm. And breathe. Beautiful, you guys. Nice. Oh, ladies, it looks beautiful. Nicely done, nicely done, nicely done. Release the hand, bring it back to the chair. Release the leg, bring it down. And now I want you to do a big shimmy shake, in through the hips, because that was a lot of support. We're asking the entire lower leg, the entire leg to be active. All right. Next side. You've got your strap. This time you're going to place it around your left foot. Okay? Just like we did before, bring the strap up and over the left shoulder. You've got your right hand on the back of the chair. Take a minute to get really well grounded through that right foot, okay? Take your time. Squeeze into that right glute and gently begin to kick back and up, making sure that the hips remain parallel into that left leg. So not only now are you kicking back and up through the left, which is squeezing the glute, I also want you to find activation through the glute on the right side. Make sure that you are not locking your knee. When you're ready, lengthen into that right arm. It's going to come up to about a 75-degree angle. Breathe. Deep, full breath. Beautiful, you guys. That looks gorgeous. Everyone looks fabulous. Good. Let it release the arm. Release the leg. Oh, yeah. Ha. Beautiful. Again, hips. Let them move. Let them open, you guys. This is a really, really, really big posture. It's one of my favorites, and it always makes me work. From here, you've got two options for your downward dog. You can either take your hands to the back of the chair, just gently step back, let your arms hang, bend into the knees, and let your back ease. Or if you'd like to go a little deeper, you can do this from the seat of the chair. Hands on the seat. Again, walk those legs back. Knees are bent and find length. No matter where you are, what I want you to do is feel the length so that you feel the sits bones moving away and the arms lengthening toward the chair. So basically what you're doing is you're giving your back a really nice space of traction. You're giving your arms a really nice space of traction. If you feel like you would like to work a little bit here, please feel free with your knees bent to squeeze into those glutes. And then you can take the lower edges of your shoulder blades and feel those lower edges of the shoulder blades work towards the waist. Last part, engage through the core. This makes it very active. Head and neck stay in neutral. You can tuck your chin up and into your chest if you choose, or you can just keep it long and neutral. Let everything relax and soften. From here, as long as it feels good, you can remove your hands from the back of the chair, from the seat of the chair, keeping your knees bent and everything soft. You can let your hands come to rest, wrapping around the elbows, let go of the head and neck, and just allow your body to hang. If it feels good, you can do a little bit of side-to-side motion. Y'all have done a great deal of work today, so this is the reward, to just get to hang and soften. Please give yourself a thank you. This was big work. This was good work. Gently, slowly from here, wherever it feels best, whether it is one vertebrae at a time or whether it is coming up with a flat back. Squeeze first through the glutes, engage through the core, slowly, gently bring yourself up. And let's come back down onto the mat. Okay, one last thing I would like us to do, just to make sure that we've worked into the shoulders as best we can today. We're going to come back down with the knees bent. Hands are going to come so that the fingertips are facing towards the sits bones. How wide you make your hands is completely up to you. Please do what feels best. What I want you to do here is, with a bend in the elbows, I want you to find those inner edges of the shoulder blades and gently squeeze. Breathe here. Feel everything begin to soften. Notice that as you really strongly activate through the back of the shoulders, The fronts of the shoulders begin to ease and unwind. We're going to stay here for just a couple cycles of a couple cycles of breaths more. And then gently, slowly release that. Curl yourself down, slowly, gently. If your body says yes, I want you to gently draw the knees high into the chest. And then when you're ready, gently take yourself into your final relaxation. I'm going to readjust. Take a moment to find what feels best. Because we did so much today, it's really important that you make sure that this last relaxation is completely comfortable. So take your time. Make sure that everything feels like it has unwound. Take a deep, full inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, gentle ha. And then again, deep inhale. Exhale, gentle ha. And last time, deep inhale. And ha. Let everything relax. Let everything soften. Take a moment to say thank you for the breath. When you're ready, very gently, very slowly, begin to find your way back. Find fingers and toes, hands and feet, allowing them to make whatever movements feel best and most natural. Come back into your breath as you allow that energy to come up in through your body. Take a full deep inhale and exhale through the nose. And then if you need to, bring your arms up over your head and stretch. And then draw your knees high into your chest. Wrap yourself around. Give yourself that final hug. Then gently roll yourself over, press yourself up. Let your palms touch one last time and let your thumbs rest against your heart. You guys, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So wonderful to get to be with you today. Allow and thank you for letting me part of your practice. I honor the divine in you, that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be.